Hello once again, good friends. Welcome, new subscribers. I'm Brian from Apex Detail. Today we'll continue on with the cutting compound series. We have a bunch of them lined up that have been out in the shop doing some work, doing some real world work and corrections, and they're just waiting to get on the panel and then for us to take a look at them, grade them, maybe put them up in the honorable mention section or up on the podium if they deserve to be there. So today we'll take a look at the Honey Combination 1 Plus, and that is their most aggressive compound in their correction system. Now, their system consists of 5 different compounds and polishes, starting with 1 Plus and going all the way down to 3 Plus, which is a very fine abrasive, a very fine polish. So let's head out to the shop. We'll get to the test panel and we'll put this one through the paces. So far we have Sonax at the top spot, Angel Wax, we have Nanoskin, Car Pro 3D, Jesscar, Gross Garage, we have the Menzerna products, all very good. All should be at least tried at some point or another. They're all quality compounds. This just happens to be the order that I have them in my shop, using them in my environment. So, all right, that's enough of me yapping. Let's get out into the shop and get this started. Okay, these are the 5 products that consist and make up the Honey Combination Correction System. Today we're going to take a look at the 1 Plus. That's a hard cutting compound. The number 1 is just a regular cutting compound. Number 2 is a polishing compound. The number 3 is a finishing compound, and the 3 Plus is a very fine polish. I really enjoy the last 2, the last 3, the most out of these 5. But we're going to take a look at the 1 Plus today. We'll put it through the paces of the cutting compound series. A lot of the products from this company are starting to be carried here in the States. They were over at SEMA this year, featured in Vegas. I came across the company trying out their pads. I found them to be very effective, but very well put together. High quality adhesive, foam, microfiber, and wool. I enjoy them, and some others are starting to enjoy them as well. I'll put a link down below so you can look into them to get some more details. It's not easy, as the main website is in Poland, so it's not easy to get some details. Maybe get in contact with them if you want to know what type of abrasives are in it. Spreading it out over the panel, you can see the abrasives are visible. They are gritty in between the fingertips, so that's going to mean, well, for the most part anyways, there's going to be a little bit of dusting. It doesn't always come to that, but for a large part of the compounds where you could feel that grittiness between your fingers, you're going to get a little bit of dusting to contend with. So taking a look at the 1 Plus today, we're going to put it up against the other cutting compounds in that category. Compounds that are aggressive, that go after some moderate to harsh defects. So we have a panel here, and I have 5 areas sectioned off with masking tape, and we're going to put different sand marks in each section, starting with 800, going to 2500 grit. And then we'll remove the residue, we'll remove the masking tape, and we'll run a trip down and then a trip back with the same polisher and the exact same pad that we've used in all the other tests for the other compounds. Exactly the same. This has been the constant. This is how we tell them apart. It's been very accurate so far, and we'll see where this falls. 3, 4 pea-sized drops on the pad. I'm going to spread it out through all those sections as best as I can, and we're going to get started here. Exactly like the other videos in the series, the polisher is on the 3rd speed setting. We have just a little bit of pressure down, usually a finger or 2 applying pressure down onto the top of the polisher. Correction speed going through 1 inch every second or 2. And again, we're going to take a trip down and then back, and then we'll come in and take a look and see how the compound performed in each section. I'm also very happy to say that this will be the last time using this trashed panel itself. I have 4 other hoods now covered with cured Global 2K clear coat. We want to keep everything exactly the same. All those panels have been covered with the exact same clear coat, so that's another constant we've had throughout the testing here, and I have some more ready to go so we can trash this panel and get rid of it. It is in bad shape. All right, that's it. That was our trip forward and back. Let me set the polisher down and give me a second to grab you guys and bring you in close. And right away, right off the bat, you're going to notice the typical dusting you're going to see with a compound such as this, where you could feel that grittiness between your fingers. You could see it when you spread it out on a panel. It's not a whole lot. It's manageable, but it's just always something that drives me crazy. The residue removes very easily. It's a user-friendly product despite the dusting. If you have some compressed air, you can just blow it out of the corners, blow it off the panel. You'll be in good shape. Now, let's check out all these sections with the sandpaper marks, and you'll see it blazed through the first few. And as we get down to the 1000 grit section, that's where it starts to tail off a little bit. I kind of expected it to go a little bit further, like some of the other compounds, this one being the most aggressive of the system. Not a major disappointment. You guys wanted to see the shop light, so I got a shot there of the Husky light. You can grab that at any Home Depot. I believe the sale on that during the weekend was around 79 bucks. It works great. As you can see here, we use that for a lot of our testing, and I use it for my corrections. So the 1000 grit section, you can see it didn't do bad. It's kind of right there with a lot of the compounds down in the honorable mention section. But I'm not going to jump to conclusions yet. Let's work on it in the last two sections, the 800 grit and the 1000 grit section, for a more extended period of time. We'll work it a little bit longer. We'll do a crisscross pattern. I'll really take my time, go slow, turn up the polisher a little bit, get some heat going in that section, see if we can get it to flash and dust and really put it through the test. Okay, that's going to do it. Give me a section to find a place to put the polisher down and grab you guys, bring you in close for a look, and you'll be able to see the telltale signs of some dusting in there. Now, there is room to work this compound for another few passes, so you can work it. It has a nice decent cycle time or open time where the compound is active before it flashes, and removing the residue, piece of cake, is user friendly that way. When it comes to the progress on those last two sections, it did okay. It did make some marked improvement there. Nothing really that stands out and jumps out at me and hits me to put it way at the top of the podium or the honorable mention section, but we'll see. Now, something else I'll share with you. I get asked, how do I prepare the panel for the next test? Well, I'll grab the longer throw polisher and I'll put the low lint pre-washed lamb's wool pad Lake Country on there, and I'll buzz through it with that exact same compound, and I'll remove the rest of the sand mark sections. And I'll do one pass, a crisscross pattern, and wipe it off. And I like to see if the compound removed everything just in that one swipe. Some of them do. The top tier compounds will remove every single mark from the 800 grit section all the way down to the other end, and I'm done. I just have to wipe off the residue, get some IP solution, clean the panel. But some of them don't. Some of them I have to go back over a second or even a third time. So let's see how this does. I will, in fact, use my panel wipe here as well, just to show you there are no fillers in this compound. What you see is what you get. Now, what we will notice here are, in fact, there are scratches in the 800 grit section that are left over. Some of the top tier compounds, especially up in the podium, will remove that in a one swipe. This one here will take a second pass. Okay, good friends. So for some final thoughts on the Honey Combination 1 Plus, this is the most aggressive compound in their correction system. It's okay. It does dust a little bit. Not a whole lot, not a big deal, but it could be a little bit more aggressive. When it comes to that very first step on some really trashed finishes, I might grab something else before that. When it comes to their other polishes from 2 to the 3 Plus, I really enjoy them, and I do grab them a lot in the shop. I do grab their pads a lot. They're quality, high quality adhesive, the foam, the microfiber, the padding, everything high quality, built to last, and very effective. So when it comes to this One Plus, it's not going to change anything up on the honorable mention section and even the podium. That's going to stay the same again for another couple days. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. Brian from Apex Detail. Catch you in the next video.